Binge Pipe is a streaming service that saves a fortune on overhead by not actually existing. With these savings, we can bring back classic online game shows and buy at least 2 honey-baked hams. Enjoy You Don't Know Jack. The hams are ours. Have questions? Call our Binge Pipe customer support party line.
Hi, I'm locked out of my account.
Is that the same bald man who was in the other scene?
Hi, I fast-forwarded it too far. Can someone tell me how to rewind?
Anybody near Dallas, want to make out?
I'm sorry, is there a Binge Pipe representative in here? Representative.
Representative.
You'll figure it out together.
But is it the same?
Oh, okay, it's a different bald guy.
Thank you.
The following Binge Pipe programming is brought to you by Liquidirt. Liquidirt. Tastes like mud.
Oh God, no. No, I'm changing.
Something's happening to all the boys at Rosedale High. Yeah, it's puberty.
I thought this would have happened sooner.
By studying the flight patterns and the feeding habits of the swans, I can just barely justify my degree.
So your kid's bike got ran over by a car. We fixed the frame, replaced the tires, and gave it a new paint job.
But how's my son?
We left him under the car because he's not a bike.
When I joined the religion, I was really hoping it was a cult, but later I figured out it was all on the up and up and not a cult at all. So I left.
Binge Pipe is trying to impress the cool kids by presenting You Don't Know Jack. Binge Pipe. Trust the algorithm.
Cookie Masterson here. I put Nutella on sushi, so I'm basically a foodie. Every day I count my lucky stars you all exist. Okay, this is real now.
Time for question 1.
To begin with, love the shell you're in. Obviously, you shouldn't fat shame anybody, but on top of that, why shouldn't you fat shame Mr. Peanut? Because his thighs contain saturated fat, because his neck contains omega-3 fatty acids, because his butt contains unsaturated fat, or because his belly contains trans fat. Okay, let's take a look. Ah, nuts. Peanuts are composed mostly of unsaturated fat, aka the good kind. Making it possible for Mr. Peanut to slay all day.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Here we have Beethoven. You up? Which of these emoticons most resembles the repeat sign in sheet music? Colon greater than symbol vertical bar, colon close parenthesis, colon lowercase o vertical bar, or colon vertical bar. What'd you guys pick? Yep, that's what a repeat sign looks like. Although if you see this emoticon when chatting up someone, it usually means stop.
Why don't we do it with 3?
How about this one? Gotta avoid them all and prepare for trouble because it's a dis or dat. I'm gonna read off 7 alarming sounding descriptions, and for each, I want you to tell me if I'm talking about a Pokemon or a real animal you can find in Australia today. Answer quick, you'll only have a few seconds to choose between a Pokemon or an Australian animal. And you're all doing this together, so pay attention. Okay, let's do it. A tiny dragon covered in thorns. A bird that channels electricity. A paralyzing octopus covered in rings. A gliding rodent with thumbs. A 6'2" tall dog you can ride. A duck-billed creature with poisonous feet. A cat that mimics human speech. Most of you deserve a high five on that. Moving right along.
I don't need you anymore.
This one's known as This Time Machine Runs on Diesel. If Vin Diesel traveled back in time and convinced Jane Austen to write a sequel to one of her classic novels, what Fast and Furious-inspired title would it have? Too Sound, Too Fury, Too Pride, Too Prejudice, Too Old Man, Too Sea, or Too War, Too Peace? Let's see who got it. Jane Austen wrote the timeless classic, Pride and Prejudice. Too Pride, Too Prejudice. Haughty conversations just got haughtier. Coming up next, speaking of sequels, say Vin Diesel convinced Jane Austen to write 4 sequels, all mirroring the Fast and Furious sequel titles. What should Pride and Prejudice 5 be called? Proud 5, Prejudice 5, Pride and Prejudice Tokyo Drift, or Fate of the Prejudice? Okay, who chose what? Really? Let's save ourselves some time. The 5th Fast and Furious movie was titled Fast 5. So please, stop tweeting at me saying I don't do enough Fast and the Furious references. Round 1 is dead to me. Time to count your chips while sitting at the table.
Currently, player 2 is in the lead. Player 1, on the other hand. Wow, you are really doing it. Poorly.
Oh, that means it's screw time.
That's right, Cookie. Use the screw to make answering a question harder for all the other players. The results may surprise you, and you'll receive a monetary bonus for anyone who answers incorrectly.
Yeah, okay, they get it. The rest of you better answer quick or you'll end up screwed. Oh, and by the way, all the cash in round 2 is doubled, in case you care about things like that.
Time and fun stops for no one.
6 trombones is not a parade.
Behold, that's Dumbledorable. What would be the best title for a Harry Potter spin-off where they cast the spell Beta Vulgaris? Fantastic Beats and Where to Find Them, Fantastic Geese and Where to Find Them, Fantastic Bees and Where to Find Them, or Fantastic Priests and Where to Find Them? Hope you like what you picked. Expelliarmus! Let's skip to the right answer, shall we? Beta vulgaris is the scientific name for beets. I hear they catch the villain red-handed. You know, because of the beets.
Mes collègues sont des crétins. 7.
Why not try? Let's just talk about Idris Elba. In which of the following roles could we see Idris Elba exiled to the island of Elba? Idris Elba as the world's coolest Napoleon Bonaparte? Brace yourself. Player 1 decided to screw. How's your hand-eye coordination? Well, we'll see. And how do we do? There's no easy way to put this. After being forced to abdicate the French throne, Napoleon Bonaparte was famously exiled to the island of Elba in the Tuscan archipelago. That screw was a good move, Player 1. I believe this belongs to you.
Hey, question.
Binge Pipe now offers content surveys. Would you like a question you've already played, or a question you'll play again later. Choose on your devices now. The votes are in. And now, we'll fulfill our promise and deliver your content.
'Twas then I learned to heed the winds of eight.
Next, a question you've already played. If Vin Diesel traveled back in time and convinced Jane Austen to write a sequel to one of her classic novels, what Fast and Furious-inspired title would it have? 2 Crime, 2 Punishment, 2 Mice, 2 Men, 2 Sense, 2 Sensibility, or 2 Harry Potter, 2 Prisoner of Azkaban? Okay, what'd you pick? You won't like this, unless you're into failure. Besides writing Pride and Prejudice, Jane Austen also wrote Sense and Sensibility. 2 Sense, 2 Sensibility would star Eleanor Dashboard and Edward Ferrari. Yeah, and that joke goes out to all the die-hard Austen heads in the house. I see you out there. Next up, how to get away with identity theft. Based on her first name, how might actress Viola Davis compare to a hypothetical actress named Violin Davis? She would be smaller and thinner than Violin Davis. She would have greater range than Violin Davis. She would have a deeper, mellower voice than Violin Davis. Or she would be different than Violin Davis in name only. Let's see how that shook out. A viola is a larger instrument than a violin and has a deeper, mellower sound to it. There is no hiding from the stupidest question in the whole game. Which of these ebooks is also an ebook? Vince's Brother, an Entourage novel, Vince's Agent, an Entourage mystery, Vince's Driver, an Entourage adventure, or Vince's Manager, an Entourage novella? Who picked what? E was the nickname of Vince's friend and manager on Entourage. Did HBO ever make any shows after Entourage? My mom stopped letting me use her account. Welcome to the attack. When you see an answer that matches the category, tap it on your device. The faster you pick a right answer, the more cash you make. And more than one answer can be right. But each time you're wrong, I'm taking some cash away. And be careful. It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. I do. Or I did. I hope you remember who's been married to whom. It starts to add up. Good luck. Player 2 wins! Way to go, Player 2. That was a close one, but you really did win. Miracles are everywhere. Just remember... You don't know Jack!
Hello, I'm Austin Creed. Don't miss my new show, Hat Chat, right here on BingePipe. I travel all around the world, meeting people with incredible stories and talking about hats. Here's a clip.
When we adopted a tiger, we knew life would never be the same.
A lot of folks, my family, her family, tried to talk us out of it, but we took one look at him and said, he's coming home with us.
Right. And would you mind telling me a bit about the hat?
What hat?
Over there, next to the tiger.
Oh, that's just an old straw hat. I think it was my grandfather's.
Looks like a boater hat.
I guess.
Remarkable. That's next week on Hat Chat, only on BingePipe.
Hey kids, do you like sharing?
BingePipe continues to stick with its commitment to present You Don't Know Jack. BingePipe. The safe word is BingePipe.
Welcome to the game. I'm Cookie Masterson, and a quick warning, if you are pregnant, you technically count as 2 players. So divide scores accordingly. That's a respectable turnout. All right, let's make beautiful music.
Time for question 1.
First, mulch love. If you wrote a Dear John letter to a John Deere tractor, what would it say? Dear John Deere, I lawn for you. Come back. Dear John Deere, I think we're mowing apart. Goodbye. Dear John Deere, I'm sad to hay that you're dying. Or, Dear John Deere, I'm pregnant with your corn babies. So what'd you pick? Dear John letters refer to the letters women sent to their husbands at war in order to break up with them. Sorry, honey, I found a different mower to ride. It's a Hydrostatic Craftsman Pro Series 27, and we're in love.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
I call this one, I'm Going to Kill You. Please RSVP. The 3 things I remember about Hannibal Lecter are that he eats people, he has impeccable manners, and he really loves to lean into the campy wordplay with his victims. What message would Hannibal Lecter leave for Hannibal Buress if he had to reschedule eating him? I'm not trying to play you, I just want to do this right. Sorry to stand you up, but I already ate. We will have to Congress later, my fellow man. Or, hope this doesn't start a war in general with you. I love this part. No, not Hannibal Barca, everyone's favorite Carthaginian commander and uncredited creator of the first Barcalounger, which is what you were thinking, of course. Hannibal Buress is a stand-up comedian. And if you stand up a stand-up, he probably just goes home to lay down.
Why don't we do it with 3?
It's time for Mackie D's, and it's an Irish, Scottish, dis or dat. I'm going to read off 7 celebrity names, and for each I want you to tell me if their last name starts with a Mac or their last name starts with a Mick. Think fast, you'll only get a few seconds to pick between Mac or Mick. And you're all doing this together, so focus up. Here it comes. James McAvoy. Ewan McGregor. Ian McKellen. Tim McGraw. Norm MacDonald. Shirley MacLaine. McFarlane. The majority of you are just average. But player one, you failed the best.
Actions have been taken to ensure you have a better playing experience.
Looks like it's screw time.
That is the truth, Cookie.
Screwing during a question makes life a little tougher for all the other players in a variety of enjoyable ways. And you'll receive a bonus for each player who chooses incorrectly.
What would we do without you?
Connecting with consumers makes me feel like I could be alive.
I don't need you anymore.
Coming up, Charles Duckins. How would you expect a DuckTales of Two Cities to end? Louie gets beheaded pretending to be Dewey, Huey gets shot in the June Rebellion, Scrooge gets hanged for stealing a loaf of bread, or Launchpad gets trapped in an iron mask. So who got it? Nope, not this one. The Charles Dickens classic A Tale of Two Cities ends with the hero switching places with someone he looks like at the guillotine. Here's one for you. Don't start a war you can't finish. If you're using Trojan condoms, which brand of lube would be a poor choice because the namesake is famous for breaching Trojan defenses? Egyptian Ease, Persian Pleasure, Grecian Glide, or Roman Rider? What'd you guys pick? Yeah, this isn't doing anything for me. Well, nobody got this one, so let's just move on with our lives. The Trojan War was a battle between the city of Troy and the Grecian army. This is where we get the expressions, beware of Greeks bearing gifts, and don't make out with giant wooden horses. That's it for round one. Remember, these numbers also serve as your personality rankings.
Currently, player 3 is in the lead. Player 1, on the other hand, maybe you should try winning. We have another screw to help our targeted numbers.
And keep in mind, round 2 screws have crazier effects. Plus, they earn you a bigger bonus for each player that gets the question wrong. So don't forget to use that thing. The rest of you better answer fast if you don't want to be screwed. Oh, and remember, questions are worth twice as much in round 2.
Really good stuff.
6 trombones is not a parade.
And now, what's your langle, Madeline? Imagine Meg Murray from A Wrinkle in Time wants to get rid of that titular wrinkle and turns to pharmaceuticals for help. What's her best option? Apply Caladril to the fabric of space-time, apply Lyrica to the fabric of space-time, apply Retin-A to the fabric of space-time, or apply Lispidol to the fabric of space-time. Who picked what? Lyrica is for fibromyalgia, which, according to the commercials, you only get if you own a bakery or a pottery studio. Lispidol is a word I made up, and I really wanted you to pick it. So I'm sad for you, but happy for me, you know? This is the one you missed. The drug Retin-A has been clinically shown to reduce wrinkles. There's a place in Canada that'll even give you a discount if you buy in bulk. I mean, that's what I heard from, other people.
Las payas se moquent de moi. 7.
Introducing Tiny Handkerchief. And oh boy, best butt zit slime chore.
It's time for a
Get those typing fingers ready because the longer you take, the less money you make. Okay, get ready. Look at this gibberish phrase and tell me what famous movie quote it rhymes with. Hey, a horse flea tissue. And pay no attention to that punctuation. Which side are you on? dark or the light? Man, these space fights are intense. So, what was it? All right, let's move on.
'Twas then I learned to heed the winds of eight.
Let's try the clippity-clop of anxiety. Most young people these days are terrified of celebrity horses, and who can blame them? Which of these would literally need a trigger warning? Gandalf's horse? The Lone Ranger's horse? So watch out. Player 1 just let loose a screw. Embrace the change, or don't. Hope you like what you picked. Wrong answer, away! Western film star and singer Roy Rogers was never far from his trusty horse, Trigger. Trigger even had a movie named after him, My Pal Trigger, and after falling out the unfortunate sequel, Trigger, You Bastard. Way to screw, Player 1. Here's your extra cash. Oh, and it looks like we've got a name change. Yeah, that feels right. Take a good look at. Type equals squiggly bracket music, comma, current squiggly bracket.
Accept all cookies, don't clear your cache. It's time for data mining.
BingePipe needs your help, and I'm contractually bound to not get in their way.
Here's some of the exciting data we need your help with. Best seats at Toronto Raptors game. Boy name meanings Aubrey. Find who used to call me on my cell phone. Whose search history have we acquired? Jay-Z, Drake, 50 Cent, or Future?
So what'd you pick? You miss all the shots you don't take, and this one. Drake can often be seen on the sidelines of Toronto Raptors games, is named Aubrey Drake Graham, and wrote Hotline Bling. Up next, Stephen King is full of it. Murderous clown monster Pennywise is at it again, telling the children of Derry, you'll float too. How else could Pennywise phrase his favorite threat? Your outward pressure is equal to your density, Richie. The mass of your displaced liquid is greater than your downward gravity, Stan. Your average volume is consistent with Archimedes' principle, Beverly. Or, your surface area cancels out your momentum, Bill. And how'd we do? Maybe try cheating? Here's what a right answer looks like. Yeah, that's, it. Remember, kids, science is scary. You made it to the attack. When you see an answer that matches the category, tap it on your device. The faster you pick a right answer, the more cash you make. And more than one answer can be right. But each time you're wrong, I'm taking some cash away. And don't forget, it's gotta be a match that fits this clue. One-word movie synopses. What's so cool about these movies? Good luck. Player 3's got it! Way to go, Player 3! You won the game and you look good doing it. You sure know your way around a hairstyle, but you should also know this.
You don't know Jack!
Coach, please, don't put me in. I got a really good thing going here, just sitting on the bench. I do not want to ruin that with actually playing. Please.
Wait. Oh my god, this Chinese takeout place, this isn't a normal restaurant. Look at the roof. It used to be a Pizza Hut. It used to be a Pizza Hut! I've just fallen down the stairs, but I feel great.
Thank you. You know, people ask me all the time, what is the first step to becoming an entrepreneur? And my answer is simple. Start following 90,000 people on Twitter.
Binge Pipe, being of sound mind and body, presents You Don't Know Jack. Binge Pipe, we paid a creative firm $2 million for this name.
Hey, I'm Cookie, and this is You Don't Know Jack, a game that's easy to learn, but easy to master. Wait. Geez, with this many players, it'll be tough keeping the scores in my head. So let's get to it.
Time for question 1.
Let's start with less swole, more smole. Look, I'm not 100% up on all my internet lingo, but according to my 7-year-old niece, a smole bean is a little adorable thing. Which of these small beans is totally small, but not a bean at all? A soybean taking a nap, a fava bean asking for a hug, a coffee bean wearing mittens, or a kidney bean learning to use Tumblr? Okay, let's take a look. Smallness aside, coffee beans are not beans, they're seeds. Also, coffee is not adorable, it's deadly serious, and I really need one right now. Anybody?
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Oh, here's a good one. That puma just ate Tyra. Imagine an unfortunate typo leads NBC to produce America's Got Talons, where celebrity judges fight off a series of clawed animals. Which scenario would we never see? Seal fending off a seal, Howie Mandel besieged by parrots, Simon Cowell punching an orangutan, or Heidi Klum headbutting a koala? Let's see who got it. Parrots have claws. What do you think keeps them on pirates' shoulders? The power of cliché? Orangutans have adorable fingers, but no claws. So you will never see Simon punching one of them, but I have to admit it's really easy to picture.
Why don't we do it with free?
Here's one I like to call, You Wear What You Eat, and it's a this or dat. I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one, I want you to tell me if it's a piece of fashion from the Victorian era, or food served at Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding reception. Don't think too hard. I'm only giving you a few seconds to decide between Victorian fashion or royal wedding food. And you're all doing this together, so look alive. All set? Here we go. Croquettes. Impulse. Lappets. Langoustines. Epaulets. Verbena. Chapeau. Way to go, most of you. But player one, you really whizzed that dis or dat down your leg.
The binge pipe algorithm has detected hurt feelings.
Oh, this ought to be good.
Your failure has earned you a screw.
Don't forget, screwing the other players makes it harder for them to answer the question.
Just one more benefit of your binge pipe membership.
I don't need you anymore.
This one's called Ready Flayer 1. I keep hearing modern games give players the option to reskin the characters. If I do this naturally by letting my skin cells die, how long will it take me to reskin myself? About 1 month, about 2 months, about 3 months, or about 6 months? Okay, what'd you pick? I'm sure you meant well. Why don't I save you all the embarrassment? It takes about 1 month for new skin cells to reach the surface. Otherwise known as the amount of time I spent playing the Zelda Water Temple. Feast your eyes upon this. Run for your wildlife. Which of these is not a cold-blooded killer? A swordfish with a fish... Oh, look out. Player one just screwed everyone. Get ready to squint. I love this part. Mammals and birds are warm-blooded creatures. I would still steer clear of that particular goose. Nice screw job, player one. Enjoy your cash. Say goodbye to round one. Hey, voice, show me the data, will ya?
Currently, player one is in the lead. Player three, on the other hand, you're highly valued, but your score is not. Looks like there's still some deficits in aptitude, so here comes another screw.
And don't forget, round two screws are more powerful, and they'll net you more cash for each player that gets the question wrong. So do not be afraid to use that thing. The rest of you better answer fast before you get screwed. Oh, and did I mention all the money's doubled in round two?
I am feeling joy.
6 trombones is not a parade.
This one's called, I'd like to formally apologize for what we're about to do here. Who's about to blow their load? Someone setting dynamite next to their house foundation? Someone setting dynamite next to their ore deposit? Someone setting dynamite next to their lower legs? Or someone setting dynamite next to their car exhaust? Okay, who chose what? A load is an ore deposit. Honestly, whatever you do with your ore deposits is none of my business.
Hey, question.
At Binge Pipe, we value your needs. Would you like a delicate question about musicals or a musical question about delicates? Pick an option on your device now. Here are the consequences of your choices. We graciously accept your choice.
Mes collègues sont des crétins. 7.
Introducing a delicate question about musicals. Okay, so I'll try to tread carefully here. In which musical do Vendla and Melchior, how do I put this, share a intimate moment in a hayloft? Dear Evan Hansen? Well, what do you know? Player 3 just let loose a screw. Time to find out what you signed up for. Let's see how that shook out. Yeah, 2 teenagers f***ed their brains out in an old barn in Spring Awakening. I said the question would be delicate, not the answer. Nice use of the screw, player 3. Here's that cash.
'Twas then I learned to heed the winds of eight.
Next up, trying to find the Laffy Taffy writing team on LinkedIn. What would be written on a Laffy Epitaphy wrapper? No apples were harmed in the making of this taffy. Dear consumer, I long for your soft, wet mouth in loving memory of banana, or jab into outer thigh and push down firmly. I love this part. An epitaph is a short phrase written or put on a tombstone. Kind of like what Willy Wonka had to write after he murdered all those kids in his factory. Behold, octopus, coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein.
Octopus, coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein. The doctor that is.
Important part of the inspiration for the invention of the first webcam. Octopus, coffee, Queen Elizabeth, or Frankenstein. Okay, what'd you pick? The webcam was invented at the University of Cambridge so researchers could check and see when the coffee in the break room was ready. I always put a piece of tape on my webcam so the CIA has no idea when my coffee is ready.
¿Sabes qué es lindo? Yes, perritos.
Here we have, can we say ass? Oh, I guess we can say ass. Who's a real ass face? Nick Bottom from A Midsummer Night's Dream, Prospero from The Tempest, Yorick from Hamlet, or Iago from Othello? Who picked what? You got it. You got the wrong answer. Look, nobody got it. Let's skip to the end. In A Midsummer Night's Dream, Nick Bottom has his head magically transformed into that of a donkey, aka an ass. It's time for the attack. When you see an answer that matches the category, tap it on your device. The faster you pick a right answer, the more cash you make. And more than one answer can be right. But each time you're wrong, I'm taking some cash away. And be careful. It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. M is for middle name. It's weird to see these famous people without their signature middle name. Look. Player one takes it! Excellent job, Player one. I'm glad the underdog won. You did know you were the underdog, right?
You don't know Jack!
Deep in the American South, there was a town with a secret.
Excuse me, can we ask you about the body found in Walter Creek?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
A secret nobody wanted to talk about.
There is no body in the creek. There's never been a body in the creek.
That's when a film crew discovered
Lies! It's all lies!
we were in the wrong town.
We don't even have a creek!
Coming this winter to Binge Pipe, true crime documentary bloopers.
When we went down into the basement, we found the shrine that he had made out of human boons. I mean bones. Whoops.
Hey, I'm Austin Creed. You might know me from my career as a sports entertainer or from my highly successful YouTube channel, Up, Up, Down, Down. But from now on, you're only going to know me from Binge Pipe. That's right. I just signed an exclusive multi-decade deal with Binge Pipe. Apparently. I don't really remember signing it, but they have all the paperwork, so I guess I did. I'll be hosting hours and hours of Binge Pipe programming right from this tiny locked room in Binge Pipe headquarters. And I'll be wrestling for the Binge Pipe Wrestling League, which they assure me is a real thing. I'm already so busy producing great Binge Pipe content, I couldn't go home if I wanted to. So, look for me, Austin Creed, right here on Binge Pipe, and please, tell my family that I love them.
Binge Pipe loves bingeable content like You Don't Know Jack. Binge Pipe, where creative meets corporate.
Hello, I'm Cookie Masterson, and just like this game, I've been aged to perfection. You know, you could have squeezed one more person in this game. Next time. Okay, let's hit it.
Time for question one.
First question. RuPaul the Day. If I had one complaint about reality TV, it's too many humans and not enough mechanized flying machines. If the next season of RuPaul's Drag Race focused exclusively on airplanes, how could contestants reduce drag while staying fierce? Change direction and work the runway, decrease surface friction in stiletto heels, jettison all cargo with a smoky eye, or fly over water and accessorize? Okay, let's take a look. Nope, the drag would be the same, but hey, girlfriend, you look good. The less surface friction, the less drag. Shantae, you stay. Of course, RuPaul would still be human, although I'm pretty sure she could fly if she wanted to.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
This one's known as My Love Language is My Love of Language. If you're dead sea scrolling through dating profiles, what dating app are you on? eHebrew, OkCoptic, Arabic Mingle, or Coffee Meets Sanskrit? Hope you like what you picked. The Dead Sea Scrolls are ancient religious texts written primarily in Hebrew. eHebrew, where you can stop by and say shalom to fellow singles.
Why don't we do it with free?
Coming up, obligatory Uranus pun. But there's no time for wordplay. It's a dis or dat. I'm gonna list off some planets from our solar system, but also some Sex and the City characters. For each one, you'll tell me if they've got a ring or if there's not a ring. And ring in this case meaning wedding band or floating circle of space debris. Answer quick, you'll only have a few seconds to choose between ring or no ring. And you're all doing this together, so focus up. Ready? Good. Saturn. Charlotte. Jupiter. Mars. Miranda. Samantha. Venus. All right, a majority of you deserve my praise. But player 2, you couldn't have done much worse.
Dissatisfaction has been noted.
Great, you summoned her.
Your lackluster score has earned you a screw.
Remember, screwing during a question makes life tougher for the other players.
Binge Pipe, your loyal friend that's also a company.
I don't need you anymore.
Oh, here's a good one. Infectious beats. If Cardi B, the rapper behind hit song Bodak Yellow, contracts Bodak Yellow fever, how does Cardi B? Cardi B jaundiced, Cardi B hyperactive, Cardi B craving potassium, or Cardi B covered in buboes? So who got it? Then it would be Bodak bubonic plague. Bananas are yellow, but you are wrong. Jaundice is the yellowing of the skin and eyes, and that's a major symptom of yellow fever. Cardi, be my friend. Please. Cookie, be lonely. Take a good look at the quick brown the fox jumped over the lazy dog. Just take that in for a moment. Okay. Arrange the letters from the title of this question into alphabetical order for me. Brown dog, fox jumped lazy over quick, the. Brown dog jumped fox lazy quick over the. Brown dog, fox jumped lazy over quick, the. Or brown dog jumped fox lazy over quick, the. What'd you guys pick? Any last words? Too late. Want to see the right answer? The title of this question was The Quick Brown the Fox Jumped Over the Lazy Dog. It's a classic pangram, but I snuck another the in there, so alphabetically it goes Brown Dog Fox Jumped Lazy Over Quick, the. True story. I once had a brown dog fox. He was always jumping lazy over quick, the. So, this is actually surprisingly accurate. Round 1 is history. Let's take a look at those scores.
Currently, player 3 is in the lead. Player 1, on the other hand, I want to help you. Please let me in. When the going gets tough, the tough gets another screw.
And remember, round 2 screws screw even harder. And you'll net more cash for each player that answers wrong. So don't be shy about using that thing. The rest of you better answer quick or you'll end up screwed. Oh, and by the way, all the cash in round 2 is doubled, in case you care about things like that.
Now that's good game design.
6 trombones is not a parade.
There is no hiding from great moments in sports. Who was the first man to golf on the moon? Buzz Clubs can't... Uh-oh. My friends, player 2 has unleashed the screw. No, don't worry, Gray is very distinguished. And how'd we do? Nobody picks that one. Okay, nobody guessed it. Let's skip ahead. Apollo 14 astronaut Alan Shepard was the first man to play golf on the moon. Not to be confused with the Monstars, of course, the first cartoon aliens to ball on Earth. Expert screwing, player 2. Have some cash.
Las payeurs se moquent de moi. 7.
I call this one the verb's the word. Which of these sentences contains a transitive verb? I don't care. Seriously. No, here it comes. Player 1 just let loose a screw. This question just got some added security. Let's see who got it. Or is it? A transitive verb has a subject before it and an object after it. You and this, for example. You is the subject of the sentence, while you are the subject of a police investigation. Way to screw, player 1. Spend this wisely.
Hey, question.
We'd like to offer you a chance to gain some content while also losing some other content. Would you like a question where everything is spelled correctly, or a question where everything is spelled incorrectly? Vote on your devices now. The choices have been made. You have engaged with the process.
'Twas then I learned to heed the winds of 8.
Here's one for you. A question where everything is spelled correctly. In which movie does everything get destroyed at the end? The Road, Dr. Strangelove, I Am Legend, or One Direction, This Is Us? Okay, who chose what? Not to ruin the suspense, but you all missed it. In the final scene of this Stanley Kubrick film, the Earth gets bombed to smithereens. Just like our spell check while writing this question. Let's try, remember Cheers? If after taking a sociology class, Diane convinced the patrons of Cheers to start calling Norm one of the 4 types of cultural norms, what would they not shout as he walked through the door? Mores, folkways, ethics, or taboos? So what'd you pick? If you ever replay this question, don't pick that one. Mores, folkways, taboos, and laws are 4 cultural norms. Ethics can only help shape norms. Although drinking 12 beers a night also has an effect on the shape of norms. And now, we're here to help. Oh, great.
Binge Pipe recommends. Because you enjoy movies that end in weddings between warring families, you might enjoy this historical event. The War of the Roses, the Battle of Hastings, the French Revolution, or the Cold War.
Let's see who got it. Correct your mistakes in the future.
King Henry VII married Elizabeth of York to unite the 2 opposing sides at the end of the War of the Roses. We're willing to marry Cookie off to Sonic the Hedgehog to circumvent any future video game feuds.
You made it to the attack. When you see an answer that matches the category, tap it on your device. The faster you pick a right answer, the more cash you make. And more than one answer can be right. But each time you're wrong, I'm taking some cash away. And don't forget, it's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Do not eat that. Choose the foods you should avoid for each situation. Good luck. Player 3 takes it! I gotta hand it to you, Player 3. You should be proud that you barely didn't lose. Makes sense because...
You don't know Jack!
13 men and women, all living in one house, where they're forced to watch season 5 of The Bachelor, but while wearing headphones, so we don't have to get the rights to that show.
I can't believe Jake tried to...
Haven't gotten that far yet.
Oh, sorry. Can you pass the chips?
The Bachelor Season 5, Watching House Season 2, only on Binge Pipe.
Karen, you've been through so much.
Yes, I have.
Personal tragedy after personal tragedy, followed by a series of small instances that, when compiled, add up to more personal tragedy.
It's truly been awful.
That's why your family nominated you, Karen, for this unique opportunity. Are you ready?
I think so.
Karen, turn around, face the mirror, and take a look at your new hat.
I'm a mom.
I'm a millennial. I'm really into movies where people eat takeout food. I don't even care what the movie's about. I just feel good when I watch those scenes.
We are Binge Pipe!
Hey, this is the Rittner family. We're unable to answer the phone right now, so leave your message after the beep and we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. Also, it's come to our attention that someone has been taking our outgoing voicemail messages and putting them online for other people to listen to. I don't really understand it, but apparently they've gotten quite a following. Who would want to listen to that? My neighbor told me there was a think piece about it in the New Yorker. Anyway, please don't do that. We're just a normal family that values our privacy. Thank you. Oh, also, our daughter Linda called off her engagement to Brad Corey. Apparently they had a big fight. If I get more details, I'll try to add them to our next outgoing voicemail message. Anyway, here's the beep.
Coming soon. A new blockbuster film by Binge Pipe.
We've got 4 hours before the time portal closes.
Then there's just enough time to solve the riddle.
A completely original film. We made this.
The dinosaurs are loose.
And they can fly.
It certainly wasn't made for cinematic release. Tested poorly, and now they're looking for somewhere to dump it.
The lava, it's intelligent.
Maybe I can help.
King George III.
This is something we wanted to do.
Then let me say it. In rap. Drop the beat, King George.
Coming soon. Obligation.